Good day, good morning, good evening for those that are in different parts of the world. My name is Enrique Barreto. I'm the president at VOYR, and with me I have, as always, Brandon Meyer, which is our chief technical officer. He's in charge of development, in charge of the token that we've released out there and the development of that, as well as other parts of the business. And with us also we have the one and only Dave Siles. He's the CEO of VOYR and VOYR Media Group. So Dave, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing just fine. Thanks for asking, Enrique. And
awesome. And Brandon, I hope you're doing good as well, my friend. So here's some of the, so before I kick it up before I give this to Dave to kick us off on the state of where things are and whatnot, I want to make some ground rules, right? Just like what we did in the previous AMA, our goal is to make sure that if you have any questions, you're welcome to raise your hand, or you're welcome to put questions in the AMA question channel that is on Discord. As you raise your hand, we're just going to allow one person to go to the stage at a time. That way you can actually make your question and you can interact with all of us that are here on the scene. If I see that you raise your hand and you're not paying attention, I'll give you a couple of chances, but not, I give it to somebody else that is raising the hands. And let's keep it lively, right? Obviously there's people that, may want to say something funny and whatnot. This is a real business for us. We want to educate you. We want to give you the good news, the things that we're working on. So if I see that there's somebody that is being not using proper tone, I will go ahead and take him out of the stage. So now that I put that in, with that said, Dave, take it away, my friend.
Thanks, Enrique. And I do want to welcome our special guest too. Mara Rivera has joined us, and we'll give her a chance to chime in here in a few minutes. But thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Okay. All right, everybody. Again, Dave Siles, the CEO of VOYR. I want to give you kind of just an update where things are at from our last AMA. We did not have an AMA on Wednesday. We did have some scheduling conflicts on our part, and that was something that we just couldn't get around. Our goal is to still keep 2 AMAs a week, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that would be 2300 UTC, and then on Sundays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 1400 UTC. So we are recording these. We will post back the recordings to our social media channels. We'll post it on YouTube. We'll post it into the Discord channel as well. So anybody who obviously didn't make this live and is listening to the recording, thanks again for at least tuning in. So kind of updates for the last week here. We obviously, we're moving through development. I did have the meeting with the developers yesterday and again this morning. We are on track for a July 5th launch of Memories NFT Marketplace. The front-end development is almost done. We have about 6 or 7 more days of that, and we'll be starting the user acceptance testing. The back-end development will be happening in parallel there. Brandon is working on the NFT contract that goes along with that. And so, we're really excited about the marketplace coming online. The benefit of the marketplace for us is really threefold. First, it gets us a product out in the market space so people can start interacting with VOYR and using the VOYR utility token. Secondly, it gives us a chance to do some press and some PR. We have some launch partners that'll be coming along with us for Memories, and we're excited about that in terms of what that means for our platform. And third, it gives us the ability to start recruiting in creators, because creators drive the utility of the token. And as we launch the full social exchange platform this summer, getting them already on the platform, learning how to post content and sell content is key to us. So that's one of the reasons why we accelerated the Memories Marketplace, and we're really excited about that. Secondly, we are putting in substantial effort around marketing. I did post in all of our social media channels the kind of readout of what we're spending on marketing. This coming week, we were spending close to $30,000 in marketing. That's $30,000 US. That's a substantial amount of money, but we are doing that because we recognized after we forked the contract and pivoted from VOYR to VOYRME, we lost momentum, and we're fully aware of that. I know there's a lot of FUD, a lot of concern in the channels. Again, as the CEO, I cannot legally comment on the price of anything that's happening with what the token is trading for. It's market making, and I just can't do it. That said, we recognize that we need velocity, so we are spending a substantial amount of money on marketing. We're being very transparent about that. We're spending an exorbitant amount in every medium that is meaningful to us. So Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm doing interviews. I'm doing AMAs this coming week. We have dedicated videos that are going to be coming out from some very large channels that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. We have, about 15, 16, big key programs teed up for this week. Our goal is to get impressions of across 5 to 6 million people. And that, I got to believe in marketing. Marketing will drive where the token will go. And that's about the best I can say on that. So, I know there's questions about price and price point. Again, I legally can't talk about that, so I will never comment on price. What I will comment on is what we're doing in terms of velocity, building momentum, and working on that side of it. That said, our goal as a company is to build the platform and get it out. I'm a firm believer that, as we build the platform and get the platform launched, that activity will drive the utility of the token. And so, I can't say why people are selling or not, so, if they want to exit the token, that's fine. We're in it for the long haul. We have a long-term vision. We're building this company as a long-term platform company. And so as we build, we will build and, reward those that are with us. So, and I'm happy to take any questions on the marketing front, anything on the token side, outside of price, and anything that you have around kind of where the platform is going. So when we get to the AMA side of it, feel free to ask questions on that. Lastly,
Dave,
yeah, go ahead.
Dave, you said something very, very, very key here that I want to, ensure that I emphasize what our audience is. That I think that the audience always, some audience, not, some of the members on the team, they're being loyal fans of ours, but sometimes people forget about the fact that this is a utility token that is going to power a social exchange platform. And there's, and this is my personal opinion. I think that there's a lot of people that invest in crypto. They want to get, that get rich quick type of mentality, right? But at the end of the day, it's a real company what we're running out there, and it's the price really, and not to talk about price, but the vision is once we launch the platform, once you have the creators coming in that we've been talking to many artists and whatnot, and you have the fans. That's really where the long run comes in, and where we say, hey, it's good to hodl, because obviously that drives demand, that drives exclusivity on the content, and ensures that, that the fans can get what they want to see. To your point, if you want to see it, it's going to be on VOYR, right? So I just wanted to make a sidestep note about that. So sorry about that. Take it away.
No worries. I mean, it's a fair statement. So on that said, we are doing recruiter recruitment, ambassador recruiting program that's kicking off. More Influence, our outside marketing firm, has launched that activity, and that is going on. So if you were to go to our creator page on VOYR.me, you'll see that we've updated that. We do have an incentive program for ambassadors that want to come on the platform and create. We are also going to incentivize those ambassadors to advertise the fact that they're coming on VOYR and proactively incentivize them before they join the platform. So we have received inbound about 1,000 invites from people, or such notifications from people that they want to be on the platform. Our ambassador team is reaching out to those people, and we're starting that outreach in earnest. And again, we are doing targeted recruitment as well. Our goal is to add 400 to 500 creators to the platform before the launch. And again, we want to have 100,000 on the platform through the balance of this year. So that said, we are expanding our team. Mara, who is on stage with us, is helping us with some of that recruitment and ambassador engagement. She is got numerous years in doing influencer marketing and influencer recruiting in the fashion industry and beauty industry. She's been a great add to our team. So she's come on and joined us as an official advisor to VOYR. And then Rob Levy is joining us as our VP of Sales and Marketing. And Rob is a technologist and marketing influencer coming out of the marketing space. And so he will be joining us as well. He did not make the AMA today, but he will be joining us in a future AMA. So Before we turn over to any questions, I'd love to give Mara the floor just to kind of let her share her experience and, the excitement she's seeing talking with influencers about VOYR and why she's excited about working with VOYR. Obviously, she's committed to coming into our team and advising us and has been a great part of our team. Not everybody sees the work that happens behind the scenes. And, we are, for as much as we'd love to be on Discord and Telegram, we are busy with meetings on a day-to-day basis. And, part of that is because people like Mara have been advising us and getting us in front of some really, really important people and, the type of people that you're just going to make this platform highly successful. So Mara, thanks for coming, and I'd love to let you just, share what you like to.
Hi, again, thanks for having me, guys. I'm really excited to be here because let's start with what really enamored me with this project. I've been working with influencers of all tiers for a really long time in the beauty industry, and the creator experience has been flawed in many, many ways. And that's something that maybe the investors don't understand as much as the actual creators. So it's kind of like, this is a great opportunity to bring everyone together and so that they can truly understand what it is that we want to accomplish with VOYR. Like I said before, the creator experience is flawed. It's divided into, you're either monetizing through social media platforms like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, et cetera, to name just a few, where you're really, really, as a creator, you're sort of trapped. You don't have as much creative control as you'd like to have. You're pretty much ruled and managed through algorithms. You say the wrong thing, you're demonetized. You land in the wrong algorithm, you're demonetized. So there are so many pitfalls in the social media space that really create a hard time for many creators, especially the ones that are in the micro and nano category, which are folks that have anywhere from 8,000 followers to 50,000. And then as these creators have to conform to what the platforms want, they tend to lose following or lose credibility. And then you have the other subscription services, which, yes, you can have folks come in and subscribe, like things like Fanbase and Patreon and OnlyFans. And the companies then they give them a very basic, very flawed interface, and then they take a very large profit, a large percentage of what they make. So what I love about VOYR is that the creator maintain, and this is what I'm passionate about. It's not what I love, it's what I'm passionate about, is that the creator has financial control as well as creative control because of the platform that the gentlemen have created. As I'm talking with influencers, that is the first thing that piques their attention. They don't understand the world of digital currency, but they do understand wanting more control over the content they create, and less regulation, if you will. Because what the hard part about being on social media and on these platforms is that you don't know what the regulation is. It changes. Oh, sorry, train. It changes at the drop of a hat, and they're not prepared. So one day they're trending, one day they're not, and it doesn't. And it becomes about what's trending, not what their content is. And I believe that VOYR gives the opportunity and gives the space for these creators to really focus on their content, their followers, and it also allows them to create, if you will, generational wealth through the NFT process and all of the different offerings that are going to be focused on the platform. I think it's going to take a lot of education, which the team is definitely behind and creating different types of opportunities, as well as Dave, you were talking about Crypto University earlier, to educate both the investor and the creator in this process and how it works for all of us. I just believe it's a great opportunity to give a lot of power to these creators and to give birth to something really special within this environment of social media and content creators.
Yeah, it's great. Well said, Mar. I really appreciate both what you've advised us on, what you've been helping us with, and just sharing the words with the audience, because I think they always hear from us all the time, but an outside view is always fresh, and you live and breathe the influencer space, so there's no one better to kind of hear it from than somebody who's in that space on a day-to-day basis. All right, we will open the floor up here for questions. I do want to just make one more comment. We are very transparent here at VOYR. We try to be overly transparent. We call it radical transparency. That said, we are open to criticism, good or bad, indifferent. I'm happy to take it. What I will not stand for is FUD. I know there's been a lot of FUD flinging recently in some of the Telegram and Discord channels. I will shut that down. If it's not factual, if it's not accurate, we're going to correct it. If it's criticism, we'll let it stand. I have no problem with that. We have thick skin. We get better from ideas. We get better from obviously things that are being pointed out that we're doing wrong. We opened Safe Sale back up. People weren't happy with that. We shut it right back down. It was community voiced, and we took care of it. So, things like that, that's perfectly fine. But FUD, I'm just not going to stand for. This is not a rug. We are doing everything we can to make this successful. People have accused us of a whole bunch of different stuff over the last couple of days. I understand there's fear, uncertainty, and doubt out there, but we're going to correct what's wrong, and we'll take criticism any time of the day. But if you're slinging FUD, or you're just that's where you want to come from. We're going to correct that. So and I appreciate the mods that have been going the extra mile to keep the air clear. Because again, we're building this, and we're going to build a successful long-term platform. And short-sightedness is something I can't deal with. It's I understand for some people they only can see to the end of the block. We're looking around the corner. So that's it. I'll open it up for questions. Again, if you want to come up ask a question, feel free to raise your hand. We'll put you on stage. If you don't want to ask it voice-wise, feel free to throw it in the main chat or the AMA question channel, and we'll grab those questions from there and ask them here. And anything is fair game, so feel free.
Dave, I think as we wait for people to actually either raise their hands or put questions in, are there any? And by the way, I hate FUD as much as you hate it, right? And there's nothing more that I love to do than crushing FUD, right? What are some of the things that you? I mean, let's say the top 3 things that you're hearing out there that we've been able to squash, and obviously, rightly so, right? Some people are just going to do it maliciously. Some people are going to do it because they don't know any better, right? But what are those top 3 that you've seen?
Well, the first one obviously is that we were rugging the project. We're not. We did obviously pull funds out for marketing, and we were very transparent about that. Again, I put the marketing sheet out in the Discord channel, in the Telegram channel, showing exactly what we were spending and where we're spending it to. So, if people can't do math and put 2 and 2 together, I can't help them there. The second one is that we are purposely tanking the price. We're not. Why would people think that? Again, I don't comment on price, but we're not purposely tanking anything. If anything, it keeps me up at night, and I'm trying to do everything I can to create velocity. I think the third is the fact that we're. Well, I don't even want to say the third one. I think the third one is just it's a Telegram thing, and I'm not going to go there. I guess I'm just going to leave that one as it is. Yeah.
All good. I think at the end of the day, I've known you for a long time, right? We lead with integrity, right? And in good times and in bad times. I think in good times, a lot of people is in the bandwagon, right? In bad times, everybody, it's where it shows the true strength of our community, right? And at the end of the day, to your point, it's we're all here. We're docs. We have our own personal brand names. We're putting our heart and soul to ensure that this will be what it's going to be, right? So, unfortunately, people are going to be, they're going to have that FOMO, right? But I think that once you see the lineup of artists that we're signing up, once you start seeing the first project that Brandon and the development team are working on, which is the basically VOYR Memories, you'll start seeing how serious we are about this and for the long run, not just a fly by night type of organization.
I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit to that. And it's the sad part is everybody that throws the FUD, they're not in here. It's the people that actually believe in the platform, the people that want to know the facts. Those are the people that are in here. So what I want to ask the 14 of you that are in there, I know a couple of the mods are in here as well, so I know they're already kind of doing their part, but I would like to ask everybody, if you hear someone or see something that is clearly just wacko. I mean, I'm going to use that word because some of this stuff is just stupid. And, reply to them, tell them, ask them for their proof. If anybody's going to throw a FUD, ask them for proof. It usually shuts them up. If they don't provide proof, just ignore them and provide the proof in the opposite. I will tell you though that, this is my first, being the very early stages at being at the incubation part of a startup. And, anybody that wants to say we're trying to do a rug pull or anything like here needs to be on our side, be able to see the nights that we're up till, 6, 7 a.m. trying to, fix some issues. Honestly, the beauty and the crux of the blockchain is the fact that it is immutable. We admit we had a few bugs in our first couple contracts. I take full responsibility of that. I wrote these contracts. And I'm sorry about that. Unfortunately, it was things that you can't necessarily test out until you get it out in the open. There's no Pancakeswap on testnet. We did the liquidity. We made decisions based on other decisions, and we take full credit, or not really credit, full blame for those. So I just want everybody that we are fully behind this, and that we are wanting this to succeed. And then on top of that, some of us still have day jobs. We still have our other jobs that pay our bills. So we're doing this all on top of that. And there's a lot of time we're putting into this. So anybody that wants to say that this is a rug pull, go spend the hours and hours that we've spent on this. And if you want it as a rug pull, this is the worst forming rug pull I've ever seen. We've made some mistakes. We owned up to them, but we're in this for the long haul. We're here to make it right. We're here to do it so that we can essentially democratize and make it right for all the creators out there that Mara just mentioned. So that's what we're here for. Anybody that wants to argue that, please come on here, spit your FUD. We will shoot it down. And I just ask everybody else that's here to please do the same. And I appreciate, and I'm going to tell you guys this all the time, and gals out there, we sincerely appreciate your support and what you're doing for the platform. Thank you.
All right. I love it. Our CTO basically saying, bring it. So I love it. I mean, and again, it's very well said, right? I think if somebody's going to throw a stone, is going to say FUD, prove it. It really boils down to prove it. And at that time, basically, you deflate the energy that troll, that FUD will have. So, but that's part of life. That's how we are. So let's see. Let me look to see if we have any questions on the AMA. Don't see any questions necessarily. Marianne 45, thank you very much. If it was a rug pull, it would have happened a long time ago. I believe in this project, and we believe in it as well. So thank you so much for your support. All right. Anybody wants to raise your hand, ask any questions? We don't bite. Just ask us anything. This is why it's called an AMA. We're here to answer any questions you may have.
Enrique, as we wait, I just want to add something to what Brandon was saying earlier. This platform is literally disrupting and will forever change the relationship that creators have with their audiences. And that's not built in a day. So this is going to take time. I don't really, I think as Memories is launched and as folks start to see the platform and understand a little bit more of what exactly we're doing here, they will understand why it took so much time. It's you know, I mean, cliche as it is, Rome wasn't built in a day, but this platform is literally going to change the way creators monetize going forward. It's going to set a standard. And it's not going to happen overnight. You can't create that overnight. It's really going to make a huge splash. So, you know, being patient, asking questions about the platform, really getting out there. And if you are an investor and you are holding, you know, go out and look at the different platforms and what's happening. You know, talk to influencers. You know, with time, maybe we can do an AMA with influencers that can really speak to their experience out and on the different channels, so that folks really understand what the point of difference is in the platform and can feel a little bit more confident in what it is that VOYR is bringing to the table.
I like it. Thank you for sharing that. So, hey, Dave, let's
we had a couple questions.
You and I have a special relationship. There's a question that is on the AMA channel talking about, hey, can you explain in layman's terms what memories will be? And Dave, when I don't understand anything, I always tell you, hey, explain it to me like I'm 5, right? So can you walk us through that so that the general audience can understand the purpose, the why, you know, how will that drive fans, all that kind of stuff?
Yep, absolutely. So Memories is a NFT marketplace. And what that really means is that any creator can come in, publish a content, and that content can be, in our Memories marketplace, can be an audio file, it can be a video file, it can be a photograph, it can be a piece of digital art, which obviously can be mixed medium. And they have the ability to set their price. Again, creators create the price on VOYR, and that'll be priced in VOYR, and then that'll go up on the marketplace. Now, marketplace has got 2 different ways of buying. There's a buy it now, essentially, which is fixed priced option, or there is the ability to list an auction, and the auction will be defined to run for a period of time, and they can set a reserve price. Highest price then wins that out if they meet the reserve price. It can be done as a one of one, or it can be done as one of a collection. So if you're coming on and saying, I want to publish this photo, but I want to give, 20 people the opportunity to own that, they can mint and sell that 20 times. We are going to offer lazy minting as well. So if you have a piece of digital art that you say, I want to be able to let anybody buy and mint on demand, they'll be able to do lazy minting on the platform too. That said, one of the benefits of NFT with the way we're building it is that we're building a royalty model into it as well. So if you are a fan and you buy a memory NFT on our platform and it appreciates in value and you want to sell it again, you can come back to the platform yourself, even though you were the fan that bought it, and then sell that memory again. If you sell that memory again and it generates a higher profit, there is a royalty model built into the system, though, that the original creator will always get a piece of that transaction just for being the original digital creator of that NFT. Now, the NFT marketplace is going to be a full feature of the full social exchange, which will be VOYR. We are just launching Memories first because it's going to be ready first, and it gives us, again, a chance to get creators on the platform. All you need to do to join Memories is have a crypto wallet. You'll log in with MetaMask, Trust Wallet, whatever it may be. Your ID, your password is essentially your wallet. You'll create your profile, and then anybody can create a collection and post. If you want to come on and shop, you can come on and shop, again, just by authenticating with your wallet and purchase. It'll be that simple. We've shared some screenshots. I'll put some more out on the channel after the AMA is over. So if people want to see kind of what the design looks like and what the user flow looks like. If you're familiar with Rarible or OpenSea, any of those kind of platforms, very, very similar in terms of concept. But again, it's all driven by the utility token of VOYR. It'll be a core component, again, of the platform, and it is going to give us a chance to start generating utility with the token. So that's essentially what Memories is. Memories is just our name for what we're calling NFTs, because if you think about it, people want to collect something from their fan. The fan wants to collect something from their creator, and what better thing to collect than a memory, right? Very well said.
Very well said. And one follow-up question on that will be, timelines, obviously, when it comes to timelines, and this is again part of our transparency, right? Anything can happen, right? We have a target date typically. If all the stars align, it passed the QA, it passed the sniff test on going in on the market, then we can release a timeline. But what can you tell us about what are you seeing based on your conversations with developments and whatnot?
Yeah, again, I met with the developers yesterday and again this morning. So the front end development's got about 6-7 more days left, and then we'll start doing UI testing on the front end. The back end piece of it will start shortly thereafter. Back end development is targeted for 14 days. And then we have 3 to 5 days of QA testing and any kind of bug fixes. So our goal is to hit the July 5th date for launch. I mean, we could go for July 4th with the holiday here in the States. So July 5th is kind of the target date for it. We are going to interface that into the VOYR token. Brandon is working on the NFT contract that goes along behind that. We are using an outside development house. The development team that's working on this is 16 people. Maybe between a mixture of back-end, front-end people, blockchain experts, and UI UX people. So, it's we have a substantial staff. So the timeline is really realistic, and hitting that date, I'm feeling pretty confident about it.
Awesome, thank you. Another question that came in, probably for me, since I've been doing a lot of the enablement on the side, but is anyone working on tutorials? If so, any idea when those will be out? Well, RM Junior, I'll tell you this. I have a lineup of videos and tutorials that I am created. Those are part of my what we call the critical path, right? I think at the end of the day, if I'm not able to teach our audience how to do this in such a way that is simple, then I'm missing the mark. So my goal is, as I create content for enablement, I look at the purpose, how to do it. I try to sometimes demystify and make, take all the technical jargons out of it to make it easy. But also, unfortunately, the drawback of that is that it makes video collaterals or enablement sessions quite long. So it's a balance, right? So my goal is that everybody can learn how to post, how to make, how to sell those NFTs, right? In such a way that as a creator, you're able to actually make your royalties and be able to actually make some profit out of the NFT stuff. So that's a great question, and I'm on it for sure.
Yep. The other question that came in is, what does VOYR stand for? So VOYR is not an acronym. It, we really wanted to co-op and redefine the term voyeur. And voyeur by dictionary definition is someone who gets enjoyment from watching people, right? And so we desexualized it, I guess, if you want to put it that way, and we really are trying to take and turn it into kind of that new term, right? We want to let people understand that we have this concept of views on VOYR, and views to us are rooms essentially. If you're interested in music, you'll have a view for music. If you have a favorite artist that's on the platform, they'll have their own private view room. You can go in and sit and enjoy them. If you have a favorite influencer that you like, they'll have their view on the platform. So if you really want to think about it in a kind of a parallel terms, if you're familiar with Reddit, VOYR is going to be the visual Reddit. There'll be a view for anything that you want to see. If you want to see it, it'll be on VOYR. And so, with our concept of VOYR, we wanted to let people come in and view and enjoy and experience enjoyment through a celebration of art and life. And, we'll have views that drive that. And so our entire UI is built around this. Again, creators can come in and earn their own view, essentially have their own private branding on the platform. It's one of the things we're going to offer. And then we are going to have different segments that will kind of go at different niches. And if you have something you're interested in and you want to own that view, by all means, come on VOYR, create that view, and be the champion of that view. And that's kind of why VOYR is views, and views is where we're going with the concept there.
And to add to that a little bit, one of the biggest problems with social media, which this is not social media, because if you think about the definition of social media is something that is served to you. VOYR is a social exchange. It is between the creator and the fan. The platform is meant to be there as a just a platform, not meant to tell you who to go see, not meant to tell you who you need to go see and who's the best one out there. That's for you to decide. So the biggest problem with social media today are the the algorithms that, is on your home feed, and that's what decides, they decide essentially who you're going to go view. That's not how we're going to do this. It's what do you want to see? Who are your creators you want to follow and visit and support. We're not about that. We're that's what we're about. We're not about feeding you this home screen and telling you where to go. It's about you and being as close as you can with that creator and just connecting the two. That's what we're about here, is the exchange. It's not about us force feeding you and telling you what you need to see.
Yeah, great point, Brandon. There was a question, what kind of rules will there be for content creators on the platform? Our rules are very simple. Be of the legal majority of age in your country of record or over 18 years old. We are going to take it and keep it 18 and plus to start. We are going to make sure that the content is legal. Again, if it's not legal, it won't be allowed on the platform. If it's something that is going to break morality rules, there's going to be some things like that. If we see content that's also flagged as either like child pornography or, something that breaks the photo DNA database that we're integrating, that'll obviously get flagged as well. So, the content though, if it's something that people want to see and it's legal and somebody wants to be the creator or an ambassador of it, then we're going to allow it on the platform. Follow-up question, as the platform grows, surely you're going to need some kind of algorithms. Yeah, absolutely, we're going to need algorithms, and we'll have some in the platform. We're just not going to play favoritism, right? We're going to have same algorithms already built in the start. So if you follow certain people and you like the same things, you'll get recommended, like content for the same type of things, right? So there will be those kind of algorithms there for sure. But, we're not going to prioritize, deprioritize, and profile based on, an influence impression, like some of the other platforms do, where it either is payola driven or there are certain types of content they just know that they want to promote and depromote other kinds based on, certain profiling. We're going to keep it democratized on our platform.
I'll say another thing that I've seen as important is the fact that, Dave, you and I have talked about this, where some of these platforms that are out there require you to advertise or sponsor advertisements that sometimes the creator is not even in agreement with. I was with a very famous, painter in Puerto Rico this week, and we're gonna announce him on the platform. He's willing to actually be a sponsor by as you listen to the what Dave said, right, which is voyeur views, right? You're gonna have a view that's gonna be voyeur art, and this famous painter, many accolades, right? He is looking to have perpetuity of his art. He has been summa cum laude in different schools. He creates multiple, master degree programs for different universities across the world on how to get these fine artists, or those that are going through the schooling of fine arts, to be relevant in the world after, one thing is the creative part of it. The other part is, how do you make revenue out of those things? So that's why this artist is excited about it, because to have a perpetual copy or immutable copy of his art that can be transformed in digital content for other generations of his family to be able to receive, royalties of that nature, that's important. And on top of that, he doesn't want to be in a platform where he has to sponsor a product to gain likes or gain advertisement or gains revenue on something that he doesn't believe. He just wants to create. And our goal as we create this social exchange platform is to remove the friction between the creator and the fan, so they can have that exclusive connection.
That's right. Yep, absolutely. There was one question that came in the main chat asking about marketing plans. I touched on this up front. Again, we have substantial marketing plans kicking off this week, about $30,000 in spend. I'll repost again in the chat kind of the list of where we're going. But, I encourage anybody who wants to go help amplify, follow the Twitter accounts, Instagram accounts, TikTok accounts, YouTube channels that we're dropping content on and with, and, reshare, like, and subscribe to those channels and help amplify that content. But, substantial content coming out. And we did share some of the creatives that you'll be seeing across the platforms on the Marketing Creatives channel here as well. So if anybody wants to personally share those across your own social media channels, please do. And if you want to be creative and come up with your own, we're all for that. We'd love to even see the community come up with some memes and maybe some video content, just talking about voyeur from your point of view. Again, we're all about the creator. So if you've got a creative angle, creative side, and you want to create some content, go for it.
Actually, that's a great idea. I mean, you and I were talking last night. We're working on content, reviewing content, and you share somebody that's someone in the community created for us. And I was like, man, Dave, that looks amazing. It's like, well, that was in the community. It's like, it's part of the creator world. So I'm trying to talk to that creator to make sure that we can use it on different things and whatnot. So.
Yep. Someone asked a question, well, guys, what can the community do to help VOYR? Well, honestly, I mean, telling 5 friends to tell 5 friends is still one of the best things that we can do. People buy from people that, they know and they understand. And if you can help them understand the benefit of VOYR and what we're doing, it's great. We do need to get the holder count up. There's a couple things that we want to do. We want to get on some exchanges. We want to get, fully listed in Trust Wallet. The Trust Wallet has a 2,500 holder limit. We're like 2216, 2217 right now. We got to get to 2,500 to get our logo in there and get that piece done. A couple of the exchanges we want to get listed on, we need to have 5,000 holders of record. And, unfortunately, I'm not trying to do the airdrop like everybody else does to drive up the number just to make a bare minimum to get on the exchange. We want to do it legitimate. And so we need to get more holders of the token. Right? And that's the best thing we can do. We need to get people that believe in the platform, believe in what we're doing, come in and join us and come along for the ride. That's the best thing that the community can help us do.
And also don't forget that there's an incentive for you to get people on the platform. Not only will it enhance the visibility of the token, but you get, there's 2% reflection of everybody that buys in. You get that 2% is spread across all the holders. So, if you can get people in, they buy in, you get cut of that 2% as well.
That said, we are paying for, a lot of professional marketing shilling on the right channels to do that. So, we have amplified and turned up that too as well. So not all of our marketing spend is social media driven. We are going at, investor recruitment as well. So, we're doing both of those.
Dave, one of the things that you and I have talked, as well as Brandon, that we probably haven't shared a lot. I mean, we've talked about it in our AMAs, is about the charity wallet, right? Obviously, when we build the contract, we all agree that as part of the the transaction tax that happens of buying, selling, or transferring VOYR, that certain percentage of that will go into a charity wallet where the community can make, help us make a decision of validating a charity that we can donate, right? To at the end of the day, we believe in karma, we believe in paying it forward. So can you walk us through what some of the ideas that you're seeing, and what when would the audience will start seeing the benefits of that charity wallet that we have?
Yeah, great question. So we did put out a poll in the Telegram channel. We didn't put it on the Discord. We probably should do it here as well, just to get the audience in the Discord. But essentially we asked people first what charities they'd like to see us sponsor, and we took the top 5 and then put them into a poll. COVID relief in India was the number 1 vote getter by about 30%. Number 2 is ocean cleanup, and then I think behind that, number 3 was UNICEF Children's Fund. So we do have the charity wallet set aside, and 1% of all token transactions go into that charity wallet. We do want to make a donation this month of $10,000. Whether we split that into 2 $5,000 donations or one $10,000 donation, we're still looking at. Our only requirement, because we're an incorporated business in the state of Florida, is that we do it to an official, nonprofit that's 501c3 or, essentially internationally regulated nonprofit that has a charitable navigator rating of positive, and that we can see that the funds that we are spending will definitely go to the charity and make it to the front line, not just to someone's pocket. So that's our only requirement there. And we'd love to hear the input from the people here too. If you want to throw it in the chat or in the AMA if you have a charity that you think it should be going to. Our goal is to do a donation every quarter, and we're going to start with a $10,000 donation, but our goal is to get that up. And obviously, with platform at capacity, we should be easily be able to do $150,000, $200,000 donations a quarter out of the charity wallet.
Awesome.
Great, Raphael. I appreciate that. We had somebody say, hey, look, I've got a group of dancers and musicians. We'd love to do something for VOYR. Let's talk about it. We'd love to do something too. Maybe you guys wanted to create a video or, talk about coming on the platform and when, being on it when it launches. We'd love to do some promotional stuff. So feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to do that. Another question came in around merch. We do have a merch store that's going to come online. Honestly, I'm a little bit behind the 8-ball on it, but I do have the Bonfire store ready to go. We need to load in a couple more pieces. Once that launches, it's direct manufacturing, direct ship to you. So you purchase, it'll automatically get manufactured and shipped to you. We have hoodies, t-shirts, Win Lambo merch. So that's all in there. And the question about stickers, I don't think there's stickers in Bonfire, but we'll check and see. Maybe we can do some Sticker Mule stuff as well. But yes, we definitely want to get the merch out, and that's something that's been asked for. And we definitely want to get people kind of wearing the logo wear that the three of us wear. So, and then the idea of splitting it across charities. Someone says I couldn't choose between the top three, so I like the idea of splitting it. So we probably will split it. I don't know if we'll split it 3-way. We'll definitely probably do 2 though. So, and again, we're going to do it based on community input. This is obviously community money. Community help fund it. We want to spend it back where the community says that they'd like to see it go. So that's what we're going to do. And we obviously will use that donation to not only amplify the goodwill of it, but we'll put it out on social media as well, so people know that VOYR is not only building this wonderful platform, that we're doing good in the world.
Well said indeed. I'm definitely looking for, I know that we did create the first VOYR shirts for you, me, and Brandon. And I will tell you that a lot of people, when they see me walking, and say, oh, what does that mean? What is this? So some people are liking some of the, some of the ideas. If you have any ideas on logos, stickers, and whatnot, just throw, you can either throw it on the marketing creatives channel or something that we can actually, if we have an idea, or if you have an idea you can bring up, we will give it to our graphic design team, and then we'll be able to kind of vet it and figure out how do we do it and all that kind of stuff. So we look for ideas on that. Obviously, there's a brand that we need to follow, right? There is a specific font that we follow. There's specific color palettes. Not too complex, right? Everything is documented, but ideas are always right. All right, RM Junior. Let's see. I like the idea of splitting charities. I didn't vote because we couldn't choose the top 3. A simple 2-inch circle sticker with the logo. I like it. I actually, you know what? I was thinking about a white hat with the VOYR logo. Basically the lens. That's getting the lens is actually getting a lot of attention. Actually, I've seen a lot of cool creative stuff on the lens. And obviously the marrying of the VOYR name through using the lens as the letter O. So that's a good idea. Simple 2-inch circle sticker with the logo.
Yeah. We'll take a look at Sticker Mule, see if we can get some stickers, and then figure out a way to get them so we can drop ship them or something. But I'll commit by the next week on the AMA, we'll have the merch store ready to go so that people can get in, get their merch, and represent for sure.
This question is for you, and I don't want to put you on the spot, so you can tell me, oh, shut up, Enrique. I know that you were you were at Tribeca Film Festival, or you were talking with different creators. Obviously you're based out of the New York City area. When you're talking to creators, right? When you're talking to them about VOYR, I know that you went in details of why everything, the economies of scale have to ship with the existing social platform, but what are some of the things that you see? You see like a lot of people saying, nah, whatever, this is not going to happen, or this is what are some of those things that gets that aha moment for those creators that you've been talking?
Hi. The film festival is actually later on today, where I'm going to be speaking with a couple of really, really interesting folks. But what I hear the most is excitement about creative control. Like what you mentioned earlier about what Tiago said about not having to conform to the advertisers. Or being sponsored by something they don't believe in. That's their eyebrows like jump. Yesterday I had a conversation with the photographer that started the whole Humans of New York movement. He has a great platform. He has a great website, and he was so excited at the fact that there was an opportunity for him not to have to depend on certain sponsorship. So that definitely is the first draw. And at the same time, it goes from being super excited to being completely fearful because they don't understand digital currency, NFTs, and how they work. So it's sort of like, yes, I want in. Yes, and also the other exciting part is that they can bring their following, but they're also going to be exposed to a new type of fan or a new type of follower. Because the folks that exist in the digital currency world and that would be utilizing this platform already ready-made are new people that they can introduce to their work and create meaningful relationships with folks that maybe they wouldn't meet on Instagram or they wouldn't meet on TikTok. So that's the main, that's how our conversation goes. Like, wow, how can I get in? And then like, well, how's it monetized? Oh, but I don't know anything about that. So like I keep reiterating, we're going to be doing a lot of educating, but it is the freedom of content, the perpetuity, the ongoing royalties, the creating the generational wealth. Really, it's just having control over their content.
Yeah, it's very well said. I mean, I'll share a similar story. This past week, I was in Puerto Rico speaking with different artists, and as I was heading, as the day that I was checking out to head back to Tampa, which is where I live, I met these hip hop artists, right? A recording group that have over 100,000 followers on YouTube and whatnot, and true story. I mean, I was on the beach. I was just watching the water. They thought that I was they thought that I was smoking some medical marijuana, and I wasn't. I was just watching the ocean. But it started the conversation. I'm sharing this because it was kind of funny. And when they told me what they were doing, and I told them what VOYR was, which I explained the social exchange. I explained about royalties being very close to 100% to the creator. When I explained about advertisements not being part of it, immediately all of them, 4 of them that were in a group, gave me their telephone numbers. They gave me their contact numbers. They say, I sad that you're leaving the island because I want you to meet our producer, but I want to make sure that when we're back to Connecticut, that you can meet with them so that we can do something, because we are definitely looking to that, to how to further monetize, our content without having to change our brand because we have to support advertisements. So that's really the essence or the secret of VOYR, to be able to let the creators be and do what they need to do.
Yes, absolutely. Another question that actually comes up a lot with creators is, well, what if I'm a 3D artist? What if I'm more of a writer? So they really want to dig deep into the diversity of the content that can be displayed. Because with a visual artist and a musician, it's pretty like music and bidimensional art, I guess. It's the same. They view it as the same, but when they have different approaches and different forms of expression is when they have a lot more questions about how the platform can serve them. Like spoken with architects that are interested in creating a platform for their renderings and more of the I guess creative things they do outside of their day to day. So that's the interesting thing, meeting different types of creators that want this opportunity and are looking to see where they can fit in. And the great thing is we can always, with this type of platform, there's no holding back. There's no, what's the word I'm looking for? What is it that you guys always say? If you want to see it, it's on VOYR. So it doesn't matter what type of content it is. It's all relatable. It can all be uploaded. It can all be, the space is equal for all, which is super exciting as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Dave, I have a question for you. Obviously, you've been in the, you have a lot of knowledge of the crypto world. You've been doing this for over a decade. You kind of explained this to me, but I want to share with the audience because I probably see that perhaps the general audience may not understand it, right? And it's really about art, right? So in this case, you have an artist that he's never done an NFT, a digital asset that he can sell, right? But he's done a lot of physical paintings, right? Where he sold it to different clients, and then after he sells them, there's no royalty that follows him. How does an artist sell, in your perspective, right? How does an artist sell a physical work of art using NFTs, and in this case, VOYR memories? Yeah,
so we have the ability to obviously put essentially a digital representation of a physical asset on the blockchain. And it's done a couple different ways, but essentially an artist can embed an NFC chip or a tracking ID, RFID tracking ID into their physical art, and then have that be traded and sold, but on the blockchain. And so, just like you're doing now with commodities and even real estate, the blockchain is the official record of ownership. It's the official transaction engine of how it's bought and sold, but you also not only have the digital representation of it, but you have the ability to have the same physical piece of art or physical asset. And so, for artists that really want to have, the best of both worlds, still do their mixed medium into the physical world, but then have the ability to have provenance of the ownership and the ability to track it and trade it and then get royalties on resale through the blockchain, we're going to be able to give them that capability. And so for, on memories, again, you can have audio, video, digital art, and you can actually then put a representation of a physical piece of art on the platform. And, as we've talked with Tiago and some other artists, that's something we're going to allow them to do. And in any artist that, or any creative that is doing anything that has a physical representation that wants to make it trackable, tradable, and royalty tracked and payable on the blockchain, they'll be able to do that on memories.
Well said. Thanks for explaining. Now we have a question in the channel. Have you gotten a plan in place to handle DMCA and copyright issues? Like, actually, I was just talking about, issues with ASCAP and whatnot. What's our plan on that round, Dave, if you want to share? I can share some of this stuff as well.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and start, and I'll chime in. I'm answering a question here on the backside.
So let's think about it from this perspective. Obviously, there's artists that have a lot of content that has some sort of a copyright wrapper around it, right? But those same artists also have a lot of content that is not yet in the public, right? So, for example, think of it as myself. I mean, outside of being a geek in technology and being a president of VOYR and everything that I have as a pedigree, I've always been a musician since I was 8 years old. So I have my studio at home. I have, keyboards. I have piano. I write lyrics. I've been writing content for a long time. There's content that I can share that while it has meta tags and data that says that it's mine, once I share it in the wild, anybody can copy it. Anybody can modify it. Anybody can actually change. Maybe it's a WAV file, or maybe it's an MP3 that then somebody decides to make loops out of it and create a song out of it. That part of it is the part that gets lost, where the artist doesn't get any payment on that, and that's why these copyright laws exist, right? And publishing houses and whatnot. So the idea here is to make sure that we don't want to break any laws when it comes to copyright issues and whatnot. But as you're creating new content, or as you have a creator like myself that wants to get close to a group of people, I can take from the vaults, create different things that are not licensed, and be able to put it out there and apply the smart contract on it in such a way that if it's sold or if it's move and transfer, that it follows some royalty models that I get paid in the back end. And the example is, hey, I sell you a 20-second beat, that is 120 bits per second, but you like it and you want to use it as a loop in one of your presentations. Well, if I sell you that, I'm going to give it to you in a WAV file, but it's going to have a wrapper on the smart contract that says, hey, you are the owner of this. This is the royalties that I get. And if you move it on to a different wallet or a different collectible, then I get X amount of royalties based on that. Yeah. So that's my view, Dave.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a valid view. Obviously, that's not going to be a feature in version 1.0 of Memories or the VOYR platform, just to be completely transparent, but it's something we can definitely do down the line. Someone asked a question about DMCA copyright issues. Do we have a plan in place? Yes, absolutely. So, a couple different things. One is we obviously have a scanning engine that's going to be available that does, sound fingerprinting. And if it's a DMCA copyright file already, it'll be flagged. It's no different than what Twitch or YouTube are doing today with fingerprinting. We do have a page that'll be available on the platform for people to report DMCA takedown issues. That's something we have to do legally. If someone does submit that, then we'll have to manage that. We are not licensing music libraries and things like that. So while we'll have video on the platform, we are not trying to be TikTok to start. It does take substantial amount of royalty revenue to be able to pay for those music libraries, to be able to do even 15-second clips of songs and things like that. So but anybody creating original communication, original art, music, that kind of stuff, that's accepted on the platform. But we will manage DMCA and take down issues appropriately, and then we'll manage, fingerprinting for copyright material. Next question is, it pays to be seen. How can you explain briefly how fans and viewers will share in the money or profits, please? How does that work? All right, so essentially our token has got a reflections model built into it. So everybody who holds the token gets 2% of every transaction that happens on the platform. So whether you are a fan buying or if you are a creator, creating, and if you are holding tokens inside your wallet, you're going to get reflections on that. So that's why we say it kind of pays to hold on the platform. Obviously, it pays to be seen and pays to see. Go back into the fact that if you're creating content, you're going to be having people pay you to see your content or to be part of your subscription fan base. The other thing that you'll be able to do on the platform that we will be launching by the end of the year is the ability to do stake and yield farming. So if you are holding VOYR and you want to grow that and you're willing to commit it to the platform and you want to earn APY on that, you'll be able to stake and use that. If you're a creator, we will also leverage you the ability to do staking for essentially earning additional privileges on the platform, including up to verification.
I think one of the examples that I like is the example that you taught me when we were building the tokenomics of our product, where you have a fan that has a subscription of, let's say $10 a month, that costs, let's say at the month of June, that subscription is a $10 a month and it costs hypothetically, 10,000 VOYR tokens for that, right? That fan creates that, gives that to the creator creates it, gives it to the fan, and it's a subscription. So in the fiat world, $10 a month. Then the month of July comes in, that same $10 a month could cost 1,000 VOYR tokens instead of 10,000 that costs on the month of June. Just by that creator holding, now that creator has, when you convert it to fiat, a substantial amount larger than just the $20 that they've created, right? So that is the part for the creator where we're not saying that the creator to hold their tokens all the time. Obviously, they need to sell, convert to fiat, they need to do whatever they need to do to sustain themselves as an artist. But that is the value of having a social exchange that is powered by a DeFi token like VOYR. It's the ability to help on that in such a way that as people are doing transactions, you have the reflections, and on top of that, the more that holders come in, that also helps our liquidity pool, which it also helps on the pricing of the token as well.
That's right. All right, I think we've gotten through the questions that were out there. Anybody else have any other questions? Anybody want to ask a question from the audience? Feel free to raise your hand. We'll put you on stage. Or if you had another question that you haven't had a chance to ask yet, please ask it in the AMA channel chat, and we'll grab that. We're at the top of the hour here, and we do try to keep the AMAs to an hour, so we're going to be respectful of everybody's time here on a Sunday afternoon. All right, not seeing anything. We're going to go ahead and get this wrapped up. We will be doing another AMA. Next AMA will be on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2300 UTC. This recording will be made available. We'll post this back probably within the hour to the Discord channel and to Telegram, and then we will cross-post this on a audio feed with a video overlay on our YouTube channel. Again, marketing's kicking off. Please do what you can to help amplify the marketing. A lot of money being spent there, tens of thousands of dollars. We really want it to get the best bang for its buck, and we're hoping that as we're talking next week on Wednesday and on Sunday, we're seeing the fruits of that labor. Again, tell your friends about VOYR. If you tell 5 to tell 5, we'll have our holder count to the point where we need to be on an exchange here as fast as possible. So thanks everybody for coming today. We really appreciate it. Thank you for being part of the VOYR family. Everybody is always part of our VOYR family, and an extended welcome to anybody who's new. And if you have any questions you didn't get a chance to ask, you can always hit us up directly, DM us, or you feel free to email me directly, Dave at VOYR.me. It's VOYR.me. Until next week, thanks for tuning in. On behalf of Enrique, Brandon, myself, Mara, thanks again for coming. We really appreciate you being an advisor and chiming in today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right. Have a great day, everyone. Be safe out there.